I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on Woodsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
Who snookily stole my chair. I'm just kidding. I don't really know if you get it.
The same chair I was sitting in an hour ago.
I'm just talking crap.
That's all you do.
Chris, I thought you were playing that video.
Oh my God.
Idiot.
Start the show over again. Everybody leave. Everybody leave and come back.
Yeah, just go back to the last 2 seconds of the intro and then do it.
Yeah. All right, we're doing this?
Yeah, let's do it.
No, don't do it.
Do it.
No,
don't
we're
listen
not
to him.
doing it like that. I'm just going to play it.
Just play the video.
Yeah, I'm just going to play
this
video.
this is not as cool.
If Michigan loses to TCU, you see this head of hair? I will shave it because I don't believe it's going to happen. Although TCU is a threat, Michigan, please don't let me down. I like my hair. I want to keep it. Michigan, go Michigan.
Did Jeff have his hair today?
I did the intro playing before that.
Yeah, I couldn't because you did it. Thanks for that.
Imagination.
You're just as reliable as Jeff.
Yeah. Who didn't shave his hair?
How is anybody supposed to take? That's I feel like that's a bad on all of us. Like how are they supposed to take any of the
I'm
series?
getting a tattoo if the Lions make the playoffs.
Yeah, like you got to, right?
Yeah.
Like
if you're a man of your word.
it's one of the reasons people tune in, right? It's like, oh, this guy said something stupid. He said he's gonna do this,
Yeah.
you know, and then you don't.
He didn't do it.
Next time you say that, people are like, this guy's cat.
Yeah.
Just
Cap
forward.
artist.
Come on,
We gotta
Jeff.
bully Jeff into it.
Is he secretly balding? He just doesn't think he's gonna grow back, or what?
I'm gonna hold him down.
I thought about it.
Let me shoot my guy Jeff some bail because they were on a location shoot today. It's possible. Adam said he's gonna hook it up with the Lady Jane's girls and make it happen. So I'm sure it's gonna be in studio.
No. We are in
yeah.
contact with Jeff Freddie, and he has no intentions of playing.
through.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
damn. Sorry, Jeff.
Being an
Big,
Trying to
big,
defend
big
you.
smuh.
Boo this man.
Ooh.
And so I have to ever since my John snowing, I don't know how to make this a.
You're John Snowing.
Yeah, I don't know how to make this a verb or whatever, but yeah, since my
John
John snowing,
Snowing, yeah.
So I have to design 2 shirt ideas a week.
Yeah.
Which I'm coming for commission on those because that Nutcracker one's popping. I seen the numbers, but the next one's definitely this bald version of Jeff.
Bald Jeff for sure.
Bald Jeff all day.
It was on the thumbnail.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to Noah.
Yep, shout out to
Put him
Noah.
on JJ McCarthy.
Hooking that one up.
Which is obviously Jeff has to shave his head because Michigan lost to TCU.
Yes.
It was a tough game. JJ McCarthy threw 2 interceptions. They ended up losing 51-45. JJ McCarthy threw 2 pick sixes. And Michigan had some red zone struggles, to put it lightly, where they fumbled on the 1-yard line, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, ran the Philly special, didn't work out. Kind of some questionable calls there. Like, if you have the best offensive line in the country and you're going to go for it on 4th down on the goal line, I'm fine with it, but just, run behind the best offensive line in the country.
Thank you.
And if you're going to, which the Roman Wilson thing, I thought that was a touchdown.
Yeah, that was touchdown.
He didn't have...
He had trooper possession until he was over the plane.
He was bobbling it until he fell into the end zone. But still, they didn't call it. Oh, well, you're on the one yard line, rush it in. And they give the ball to a converted linebacker at running back who's had 10 carries on the season, and he coughs it up. So, I don't know, just some questionable decisions made in the red zone. And J.J. McCarthy throwing 2 pick sixes did not help, although he had a great game outside of that. But
it just blew my mind.
They didn't get the job done. They choked.
Big time choke. And I want to revisit a conversation that you and I had back at the Booty Club at one point.
Yeah.
And we said Jim Harbaugh's a little bit overrated.
A little bit.
And not Jim Harbaugh's definitely a good coach. He's 100% a good football coach. Anyone talking about firing him or wanting to move on from that, I think you're an idiot. I think you're an absolute dumbass, if you will. But it was just when people, as Michigan fans normally do, right? They got the September Heismans and everything else, but certain point of the season, a Michigan fan, Mass is a Michigan State fan. Adam had made that graphic, and he had put, Kirby Smart was on there, and whoever, Dabo Sweeney,
Nick
Saban, all guys with some jewelry on them, right?
Yeah.
And Jim Harbaugh was in there, and I was like, this is a ballsy, this is Not in that class of coaches.
He's not there yet, no. He's in the same class of coaches as Lincoln Riley and Brian Kelly. It's guys that win during the regular season, but have struggled to win.
Choke when it comes down to it.
Yeah, in the postseason.
Which blows my mind.
And now, Sonny Dykes, in 1 year, yes, that is his name, Sonny Dykes, in 1 year
Dennis Dykes
at TCU has more playoff victories than Jim Harbaugh does at Michigan. Woo! It's tough.
That is crazy.
It's tough.
Because TCU's not like
This
the
is
blue
his
chip.
first year at TCU.
Yeah.
They were unranked to start the season.
Yep.
And now they're playing for the National College Football Championship.
This is where it grosses me out a little bit too. Is like Harbaugh's a good coach. I don't understand it. Like it was like the first play in the red zone too. And they went to 4 on 4th down to sweep like
The Philly special.
Why? What are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
They got
And
cute.
like you got the talent too. Like the talent gap between like TCU and Michigan's like
Big.
yeah.
Yeah. But TCU has Jesus on their side.
That's
They're Texas
fair.
Christian University. You know, they got the ultimate 12th man.
I just don't even. That shit
He's
blew
up
my
there.
mind. On top of like their defense had ranked well all season, throughout the entire season. They did well against Ohio State, who actually performed against Georgia.
Yeah.
They did well against Penn State, who was top 10. Once upon a time. I don't know. What were you gonna say, Chris?
That's what bothers me about this is just the Michigan talk around it, and that, oh, at least Ohio State lost too. Oh, at least Michigan State didn't even like make the playoffs or whatever. You know who talks like that? Losers. Flat out. Like,
Say it
if you're-
again, Chris.
You talk like a loser if you're watching other teams. You know what winners do? They go out and they win, and they talk about we didn't get it done. Instead, you're talking about, oh, Michigan State, how about, is Tuck still coming? Ohio
Yeah.
State, oh, look at how embarrassing their loss was. That helped. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Winners get it done. If Alabama loses that year, they're not saying, huh, well, at least we beat LSU. Like, no, they're not doing that.
They're talking
Stop.
about, and that's Sam Flannel, probably the biggest Michigan fan at the network,
Yeah.
is
Well, Ryan's up there.
Ryan's up there too, so is Maz and Braylon. But
I don't consider Brad. He's
he's an alumni.
Yeah.
He's a former
Different
player.
class.
We're breaking our rule too. We always say we never start a show negative, but
Yeah.
it was a negative thing that happened.
It was the
and we're talking all lines after this.
biggest things that happened.
Yeah.
This is all we're doing with Michigan. We're talking a lot of lines today. But Flannel said, you have to have higher expectations. It's you can't he said you want to swim with the big the big fish.
Yeah.
You have to take credibility for losses like that, and you can't revert to MSU didn't make a bowl game. Oh well, at least OSU lost. No, it's about them. It's about them winning and losing, and they lost. Flat out. It's obviously still a great season. Undefeated regular season. Won in Columbus. Won the Big Ten for a second year in a row. Made the college football playoff for a second year in a row. A very, very good season. A great season. Anybody would be happy to have that season, but when you have the expectations of changing things, when you have the expectations of being
you're
the
a
number 2 team in the
7.5
country,
point favorite.
you're 7.5 point favorite. You're going into the most winnable college football playoff there has been, because Georgia isn't the Georgia of last year.
Yeah.
Alabama had an off year. Ohio State is not Ohio State under Urban Meyer. Like this is the biggest shot Michigan has had at winning a national championship ever.
Yeah.
Other than when they split one. I don't even know how that works, but
Yeah.
in recent memory, this is the greatest chance Michigan has had at winning a national championship, and they came up short. That's what happens.
JB,
What's up?
how you feeling about it?
No, I mean, I don't have a dog in the race with Michigan and TCU, but still at the same time, I mean, they didn't come prepared at all, and it showed right there. The defense was always a step behind on every single play, and I honestly think Michigan overlooked TCU. Like, they were looking past them. They were already on to either Ohio State or Georgia. It was... I mean,
That's fair.
it's ridiculous. Like, your coach is now, 1-7 in bowl games as a Michigan head coach?
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the record?
Yeah.
1-7.
He's
1 and
1 and
6.
6.
1 and 6.
1-6.
Well, isn't it 7 now?
Oh yeah, now
Yeah.
yeah.
Goodness, I didn't.
Not great.
Yeah, it's not.
Come on, guys. Like we can't be putting his name alongside Kirby.
No, it's like I said, he's in that second tier, of college coaches with guys like Brian Kelly and Lincoln Riley, who USC just lost to Tulane. Pretty yikes, but man, you got to get it done at the biggest stage if you want to.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley is the same boat too as Jim Harbaugh. How do you just lose to Tulane? You have Caleb Williams.
Yeah, nobody will get into the Nick Saban era of that. Nobody will be that. Nick Saban's one of the greatest coaches ever.
Yeah, no one's gonna catch that.
regardless of sport. But if you're looking at we got one on already. Oh man, Michigan fans.
By the way, guys, phone lines are open today.
Yeah.
So you want to call and talk that talk? Dial up the number. Who do we got, JB?
Put the number. I'll pin it.
What up though? It might be someone we know.
It's probably Noah.
Can't hear him. Got nothing.
Oh, what do you mean you can't hear me? I'm so sad.
Two reasons. One, they cannot
I'm
pass
so
the
sad.
drop that
Michigan lost. I don't know what to do, man. What do I do?
Adam,
It was
man.
confirmation online. I didn't know who to call in and ask me. My mama don't love me. I don't know what to do anymore, man. Oh my God.
Adam, why didn't Jeff shave his head?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Oh, he's a bitch.
Are we bullying Jeff into shaving his head or
Yes.
what?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm going to pin his ass down. I'm going to have you two hold him down. We're going to shave it. Don't worry.
Yes.
I kind of like the idea.
I like the idea too. We can make good content out of that too.
Yeah.
How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you doing, man?
Doing pretty damn
I'm
good.
good. What are you talking about?
we're
I kind of
talking-
called on accident, but here we are.
We were talking about Michigan choking, Jim Harbaugh choking in basically all of his bowl appearances.
100%.
and
Let
how-
me ask you guys this. Who chokes more? Michigan on a Saturday in a big game, or 7 porn stars working a 14-hour shift?
I mean, it's got to be. Technically, it would be a porn star because Jim Harbaugh's 1-6.
Was tough.
So, but
The top-rated ones, whoever they are.
yeah. No, dude, Harbaugh's up there.
Harbaugh's up there.
This is yeah.
And I said he's in the second tier of college coaches with guys like Brian Kelly and Lincoln Riley. Would you say that's fair?
He was Kirby Smart before Kirby Smart won a natty. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You have to win those games if you want to be elite. He was so close. It was right there for them, and they fucked it up. But I'll let everybody else call in. You guys enjoy your show. Have a good one, man.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, bro.
I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Get that.
That guy is something else.
We gotta. I don't know, man. Jeff, come on, bro, just pay up.
Jeff, yeah.
we just want to see it.
You know,
it's great content.
You gotta back. You
That
talk,
thing up.
man. You gotta back your talk.
Yeah.
If the Lions make the playoffs, I'm getting the tattoo.
Yeah.
I almost had to get it.
Which one
on
is it for
Thanksgiving.
playoffs?
It's the Dan Campbell face tattoo on my thigh.
Okay.
To win the Super Bowl, I got to get a whole lot of tattoos.
Are you getting like actual like portrait mode or like you going like a little cartoon version?
I need somebody's help on like figuring out who's the best tattoo artist around here
I
that I
got
can
you.
get one. Yeah,
I got one. Where's the one? I don't even know which.
I got a
which
good one on my
what.
back, but he lives in East Lansing. But yeah, it's
You
gonna be
saw
like
my Thanos?
Dan Campbell's face, and it's gonna have like a banner, and it'll say like Lions playoffs.
Dude, I mean, Big Dick Campbell.
Yeah.
This guy, crazy. And the Chicago Bears, like, let's be real about it, they aren't one of the greatest teams, but it's just the fashion in which they did it, because we still know this is the NFL. It's any given Sunday, as Detroit Lions learned last week. I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago now, when they faced the Carolina Panthers. That shit can go down at any point, but they held straight. I mean, I guess this is like the second worst team. It don't matter, man.
And I am asking all of you.
And
I will always. No, I'm asking all of you, as Woodward sports fans, as the faithful, in the comments in the morning show. Every single one of you, shave it, Jeff. Shave it, Jeff. Shave it, Jeff. As soon as the morning show opens, just spam it all with shave it, Jeffs. 150 times in a row, unless it's off.
And mailbag, let it rip.
And mailbag, let it rip.
Oh yeah.
Jeff, why aren't you a man of word?
Yeah.
Jeff,
The
why
only
didn't you
question.
shave your head?
Yeah.
And we do have to talk about this real quick before we go to break. The Lions game has been flexed. Lions-Packers has been flexed to Sunday Night Football. It'll be after the Seahawks and Rams game, so the Lions will know if they're battling for a playoff spot or if they're just battling to play spoiler to Aaron Rodgers, as Mike Romite calls him, Sharon Rodgers. So that'll be very cool.
Hell yeah.
And I appreciate you guys. I already see it. Consider it done. I got you, Spencer. Everyone in the Woodward Sports chat saying they're gonna. I need hundreds. I need a flooding of the morning show chat of just shave it, Jeff. Shave it, Jeff.
Where's the best place for him to get it shaved?
The best place he can get it shaved is obviously Lady Jane's, because we're right here in the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Birmingham. You can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Heavyz Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Heavyz Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Matrix Home Solution is your go-to for any home project looking to build a new man cave, a shrine perhaps. They are in the basement remodel expert business. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. An A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau.
By the Better
Call
Business Bureau.
888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
By the Better Business Bureau. That's a little bit of a twister.
I knew it was going to catch me.
Yeah. You did a good job, though, Chris.
You did a good job. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights, live on Sports.com.
Thanks, guys.
I'm your boy Eazy, residential golf hater, joined by my man Spitmo Rax, a.k.a. Kung Fu Spinny, another residential golf hater. We have a golf lover. I'm just kidding. I don't know what you are, Chris. I'm actually curious. I'm going to ask you after we're done introducing everybody. We got young Chris, JB Smooth. You obviously rooted for the Lions, but like this year you have like a deeply interest in like watching them.
It's his job.
Yeah, it's like your job now. What is Jared Goff to you as a closer observation of football?
Honestly, he's that mid-tier guy. Like, he is what everything you guys said, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on the show with you guys, but everything you said makes sense. Like, when I watch this game, when do I see Jared Goff make like the game-winning play? It's never that. It's always just he has a good game when he has easy options available for him, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of quarterbacks that can't even do that. But at the end of the day, if you build a perfect system around him, he could be a pretty good quarterback, and he can get you far. I don't think he's that gamer though, and I know that's a simple take, but that's really where I've been at it the whole time.
Do we jump into that one right away, or should we discuss like we can? I mean, we're kind of here right now.
Are we flexing the topic like the Lions got flexed to Sunday Night Football?
They did get flexed, and I do want to get that out at a certain point. If you guys don't know,
no flex.
The Detroit Lions versus Green Bay Packers. Win and you're in. Playoff situation is now going to be a Sunday night primetime game. Detroit Lions go from
end of the break.
Not a single. I mean, there's more people joining, right?
Yeah,
that's how it works, right?
100%.
Not a single primetime game beforehand. Obviously, Thanksgiving, which we have every single year. I did 100%.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But no, Detroit Lions versus Green Bay Packers, prime time, win it in.
Yeah,
it's the thing. Let's just talk that then, actually, because that is the breaking news.
Yes. Breaking.
Can I be honest with you? I'm a little more nervous of the matchup now. I feel like when the news initially broke about the Detroit Lions not having any primetime games, let's be serious a little bit today, guys. We got the biggest audience we have.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But anyway.
I'm trying to be funny.
Detroit Lions, primetime game, none of them this year outside of like Thanksgiving. But I thought it was a good thing. I feel like when you're on schedule or on routine, like you're more likely to have success that way. It's like what you're used to doing every single day. I think it's an advantage against your opponents that may be coming off like a Monday night, Sunday night, or whatever the hell. I'm a little nervous. It's getting moved to like a Sunday night game, and it's gonna be colder now too.
Yeah.
Like,
It's they talked about Dan Campbell talked about it when all the questions got asked. Are you mad that all of the games are not primetime games? You're playing at 1 o'clock every Sunday. He's like, no, I like that. So you're doing the same thing every week. You know what you're doing. This gets flexed obviously because of the playoff ramifications. Because if the Packers win, they're in. If the Lions win and Seattle loses, they're in. So this is going to be a huge game, and the Lions will know now if they have playoff hopes on the line, because Seattle plays the Rams at 4:25. So their game will be played already. That'll be over with. That'll be done, kaput. And the Lions will know if they're playing to get into the playoffs, which will definitely give them a little bit of a little giddy up if they know they're trying to get in, or if they're just trying to play spoiler to the Packers. But you're right, going to Lambeau, to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field at 8:30 on a Sunday. It's the lights don't get much brighter than that in the NFL. Lambeau Field, last game of the year, playoff hopes on the line.
Unfamiliar territory for this young Detroit Lions
team. A lot
team.
of young guys, and we're going to see. This will be a big test, obviously, not only for the Lions, but for Dan Campbell and the coaching staff, to have these guys ready, to make sure they know the ramifications of a win or a loss, to make sure they are tied in, they're not over-analyzing things.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to play like, oh, this is the last game, there's so much on the line. You make mistakes when you play different. So they got to be loose at the same time, but still know that their season could be on the line.
It is on the line.
Well, yeah. If they don't win regardless, they're out. But if Seattle wins, then the Lions can't get in.
That's the one part that's like super ass, is like obviously Seattle's game's happening beforehand, and that's disappointing because it's Seattle versus Baker Mayfield and the Rams now.
Yes.
Detroit Rams, I dismissed them last year. I was disgusted by that it was even a thing, but
now
we need you guys back.
Yeah.
we need the Detroit Rams back. I never thought in my lifetime I'd be a Detroit Ram, and it kind of sucks we have to root against the draft pick at this point now too, because I think that pick would probably fall to like 10 at that point, but
it's worth it.
Worth it?
Worth it for sure.
Yeah.
And Matt Stafford is eligible to come off of IR. That's not going to happen, but he is eligible to come off IR.
Dude, what if he did?
That'd be awesome. Matt Stafford's like hits the LeBron.
I got
Detroit, this is for you.
That would be crazy, bro.
He's not. They're not going to bring him back for this last game. But Baker Mayfield, Maz believes in you. This is just Maz, but we need you here, bud. We need you to go out there and play the game of your life. We need you to go out there and beat Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield. Plant the flag, do your thing, look stupid. Look stupid. Look like trailer Johnny Manziel. Go out there and execute the Seahawks. Take them behind the shed, show them the rabbits, and just have a good time and win that game. Baker, God, dude, our season relies on Baker Mayfield, man. Maz believes in you, Baker. Use some of that Maz energy, and as Mike G would say, have a Maz-tastic game. Go out there, beat the Seahawks, allow the Lions to control their own destiny.
Do you have any updated on the percentage of like Detroit Lions' chances on making the playoffs? Because that is. I'm a Lions fan. Obviously, I want this to happen. But as a realist, like looking at the scenario, you got the Lions on the road in the cold.
Yes.
The young team in the first primetime game, night primetime game. And then Baker Mayfield on the other end of it. Like, that's gotta be...
Not great, Bob. Not great, Bob.
Yeah, not looking great.
Yeah.
JB, you're the degenerate of the show.
Yeah.
Why can't you just
like that? He's JB the degenerate. Dude. You ever seen this?
The percentage actually went up from 25 to 35% chance.
Okay.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's slightly better, but yes, we do need Baker Mayfield. Our season relies on him to somehow, some way.
I hate hearing that.
That's so terrible.
Beat up on the Seattle Seahawks. And as you said, Spencer, I need that Oklahoma Baker back.
Yes.
I need that grabbing the crotch Baker Mayfield back. I need that guy out there on the field for the Lions' sake. Just please.
Like Massage Boy got the job done for the Browns.
Well, Wentz helped out with that one.
Yeah, he did. But maybe Baker can get the job done. We need Jets, Geno Smith, and Oklahoma Baker in that matchup. That's what the Lions need.
I hope so, man. I don't even... Like, do you think there is, like, any type of... Like, what is the motive... Like, if you're Sean McVay, what are you telling those guys to get pumped up for this game?
Don't suck, boys. No, Baker Mayfield is playing for his career. He's playing for a starting job. So there's motivation for Baker Mayfield.
That feels like every week for him, though.
The rest of them, I don't know.
Is Aaron Donald, is he on IR like for the year? Like, what's going on with his situation? Is he going to be active for this one? Is it possible that he's active for this one? Does anybody know?
I'll have to look into that, but I'm not sure. I hope so. That would be awesome. It would definitely
Jacob
be great.
Strand. So, JB, you said 30% the playoff chances are?
35%.
35%. Maybe they know something we don't. I mean, I don't know. Seattle's not in the position to sit anybody. Obviously, they have to win this one.
Yes.
By the way, if they tie, the Detroit Lions still have a chance as well. But, like, dude. Oh, man, I hate that game's beforehand. I just wish they were like, honest to God, I wish everything was just going down at one.
Going down at the same time?
I already have anxiety about the Green Bay matchup itself.
Yes.
Now I have to, like, if Seattle wins, like, are you still excited for, like the Sunday night game? Like, what do we...
No. I mean, you are a little bit, but it's like, eh.
Oh,
well, you can still play spoiler to Sharon Rodgers, so that's fun.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe the NFL rigs it up a little bit to where it's truly win and get in.
Maybe.
Who the Lions slide to face if they do sneak in? Because I know they're going to be 7th seed for sure. The 49ers are number 1 seed right now?
No, they're 2.
Okay. So we would face the Eagles. We're banged up.
No, the Eagles will have a bye.
It's between the... Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So it'll be the 49ers.
Wow.
Well, I don't believe the Eagles have clinched that number 1 spot
They have
just
not.
yet.
They have not.
They have not. Dallas could,
But
yeah.
it's more than likely.
Yeah.
More than likely, the Eagles will have a bye, and if the Lions get in, they'll be playing the San Francisco 49ers, which... that's tough. That is tough.
I'm cool with that, though. Like, I rather, like, have that be the scenario than having to watch and rely on Baker to get the job done for him.
Yeah.
But Baker, I mean, he won a playoff. That's a better team. Cam Akers come back to life out of nowhere. At least last game, he had to go over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Not Tutu Atwell, but who's the other young receiver they got there? He was played for him last year.
Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson. I do like Van Jefferson. I can't even talk myself in. I'm trying, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, they could. No.
I'm trying.
It's tough.
Dude.
It's tough. Like we said, we need Oklahoma Baker. As Lions fans, you need Oklahoma Baker out there. You need New York Geno Smith, and I don't know, the Jets or the Seahawks have been kind of falling apart.
They just lost one of their starting linebackers.
Yeah.
Torn ACL. So there's that.
Maybe, are they playing in Seattle? Is it in Seattle?
That's a good question. I'll find out right now.
Because in Seattle, there's no chance.
Seattle. Oh my gosh.
Is it in Seattle?
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 425 Rams at Seattle. So they got some extra time in the day to get the crowd, I should say, to get a little rowdy. A couple drinks in them too. Why do they do that to us?
I don't know, but we need to send like a COVID bomb through Seattle's locker room. Like walk in there and just drop one.
That new variant seems.
A new variant, yeah.
Seems
I heard
to be
there's a
hit.
new variant that's ravaging Seattle, Washington right now.
Yeah.
I heard the same thing. Yeah. AIDS.
They might just have to cancel the game and just give them both L's.
That'd be ideal. A tie works.
A tie works.
A tie does work.
Oh God,
I'm gonna do some homework during the break. I'll see who's hurt, what's going on. I mean, obviously, Ramsey playing. There we go. We're okay. Then we're sports chat. Ramsey's playing.
Okay. No, he said Ramsey's still playing, question mark.
Oh, damn. Oh, no.
All right, well.
If I want to eat my pain away, what do I
Eat your
do?
pain away, you can do it at the Butchery, because the Butchery is the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network. They have anything you need, and you can call them at 248-682-2697. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy, Eazy, joined by my man, Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
You know, Chris in the TV booth, JB Smooths and 1s and 2s. I'm gonna, throughout the show, during these breaks, I'm gonna keep finding like some more and more interesting stuff to convince you guys. The Rams are gonna beat the Seattle Seahawks before the Lions beat the Green Bay Packers at 8:25 on primetime television. If anything, at least we get like our ego stroked for the offseason if they lose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you get to hear all good stuff about Dan Campbell and the boys.
For sure.
Speaking of good stuff about Dan Campbell and the boys, a lot of good stuff yesterday. This game's put on prime time for a reason. They stomped a mud hole in the Chicago Bears.
They absolutely dominated the Chicago Bears for the entire game. It was so impressive. Obviously, they ended up winning 41-10. Jared Goff went 21-29 for 255 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jamal Williams, 22 carries, 144 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 11 carries for 78 yards, 4 catches for 39 yards and 2 touchdowns. And it was just a great performance on all sides of the ball. Obviously, their most dominant performance of the year. They held the team to only 10 points, held Justin Fields to 75 yards passing. After he had over 100 yards rushing in the first quarter, he finished the game with 133. So they made the adjustments they needed to. They made the decisions they needed to keep that momentum on their side of the field, to keep the ball rolling for the Lions on offense and defense, and it was extremely impressive, man. Yeah. They went out there and, like you said, absolutely curb stomped the Chicago Bears, which, don't get me wrong, Chicago Bears are a bad team, but still, you go out there, you bounce back after a terrible loss in Carolina, and you curb stomp a division rival.
That's what you want, right?
100%.
Especially after like what happened in the Carolina game. And we had said that like beginning of last week too, is like, that's probably what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the situation Carolina had go down before they curb stomped the Detroit Lions. They got their asses kicked by the Steelers the week before, had the nasty taste in their mouth, were pissed off about it, and they took it out on the Detroit Lions. The Jacksonville Jaguars, similar scenario too. They got curb stomped by the Detroit Lions. Took it out on the following 5 teams. And now they're looking like they're going to make a playoff berth. This is technically, yes, the most dominant win the Detroit Lions have in the season. To only 10 points scored by the Chicago Bears. Obviously, you put up the 41-2. That's pretty damn impressive. But I still like that Jags one a little bit better just because I think they're a better team.
Oh, much better
team. Yeah,
team.
The Bears are like literally the second worst team in the league this year. So it's like, I'm being positive today.
Yeah.
But like this should have happened.
It should have happened.
Yeah.
That's what good teams do. You go out there and you beat bad opponents, and the Bears are a bad opponent. But it's how many years in the Lions fandom have you seen them go out there and flub a game like this, go out there and lose a game like this? And that's the exact opposite of what happened. They went out there and they took care of business, and they curb stomped the Bears, which they should have, because the Bears are a bad football team. And you saw them do that. You saw it in prime time in Ford Field, live in action. Had the city going crazy, had the club turning up on a Sunday. It was beautiful to see, and the Lions still kept their playoff hopes alive by taking care of business.
The other part of it too, I know a lot of people there. I've been defending Glenn all year. I've been a big Aaron Glenn guy. Every single year, defend the Glenn every single week, I should say. And things didn't look good after the Carolina game. This game, he even changed things up a little bit. I remember, we spoke with Mike last week, Mike Kimber, and we were kind of nervous if he was going to bring down a couple extra guys in the box to stop the run, because as we know, Chicago Bears have the best rushing offense in the league. He did. We did a lot of single high safeties, more of a 5-2 front, like 3 big guys. That's why goodness, man. James Houston.
James Houston's
That's
a
why he played an
monster.
exceptional amount of snaps because he was that linebacker for the 5-2, kind of like either up in the line or back into coverage. But at every single level of that game, that kid, oh my goodness. And it was a big concern of me, the Iffy Melifonwu situation, because
He played
his
a great
first year
game.
playing, he did look good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we had to depend on him a lot because of that 5-2 front with a single high safety. It was mostly Kirby in there, playing 93% of the snaps, if I'm not mistaken, according to the POD. But I mean, you see these young guys are. I think it's good for them to have like those multifaceted fronts to play different schemes, different styles, because ultimately, if you're going to grow as a team, like that, you're going to have to do that. Every single team you face is different. The 49ers example of that too. Like Brock Purdy ain't really. He's slanging. Brock Purdy looks damn good this year, by the way.
He's playing well.
Yeah, he is. I mean, and
He's a
Kyle
very fine
Shanahan,
quarterback.
very fine quarterback, as one Terry Foster would say. But I mean, that's a team that you might want to, put that 5-2 front in front of those guys too, because they like to run the football a lot too. They like to trick you that they're going to, and they end up being a pass to George Kittle.
Yeah.
But I'm pumped. Who were you more impressed by, the offense or defense?
Defense.
Me too.
Defense for sure. Obviously, the offense, played great, but we've seen the offense play great all year. The last time the Lions played the Bears, they gave up 30 points, and they only won by a single point, and they couldn't stop Justin Fields or Khalil Herbert or David Montgomery. And they go out there and they shut down David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert. Obviously, Justin Fields got loose in that first quarter, but after that, he didn't do much. It was very impressive to see that defense bounce back, make in-game adjustments, and go out there. And what you said is so correct, where you want to see these guys, these young guys, moved around, used in different ways, used in different schemes, used in different formations, because they're going to need that as their careers progress. They're going to need that experience as their careers progress, because you can't play different teams the same way every time. Different teams require different statistics. Different teams require different schemes. Different teams require different abilities. And the Lions have shown that they have a group of versatile guys. Guys like only on that defensive line, not even looking at the defensive backs and linebackers, but you look at guys like John Kaminsky and Josh Pascal and James Houston, who can be used in different ways. Obviously, James Houston's basically a pass rush only guy.
Yeah.
But John Kaminsky and Josh Pascal can play every single position of that defensive line. You can move them interchangeably throughout the defensive line, and that makes it so much easier for a defensive coordinator to do what he wants to do. Because even Aiden Hutchinson, we talked about at the beginning of the year, when he was playing inside in training camp and different things, that was some of his best looking work. When he's in there using his strength and his speed to get around guards and centers, it's some of his best work. So when you have a defensive line that goes, dare I say, when they're healthy, 8 deep, when you get a Julian Okwara back.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, 8 deep, baby. When you get a Julian Okwara back with Romeo returning, obviously Bugs and McNeil up front, and then you have Pascal, Kaminsky, Houston, and Hutchinson. That is a formidable front, and with guys that are versatile, with guys you can move around and use in different ways, it makes the defense so much easier to do whatever you want to do. You can give the offense so many different looks, not giving them the same look, making sure you're keeping the offense on their toes. And it's impressive to see the young guys adapting and providing so much for this defense.
And in stellar fashion too.
Not just playing, not just going out there and going through the motions, they're thriving. They are putting, the Lions have legitimately 4 Defensive Rookie of the Year candidates. Obviously Kirby, Malcolm, Houston, and Hutch.
Yeah.
Those guys are going to be all in the top 10 of Rookie of the Year voting.
Yeah, the guy I was getting ready to drool over is James Houston.
Yes.
I mean, the dude looked electric yesterday. Even if I saw Chris shaking his head in agreement. God, that man was balling out there.
That play, I know we're going to talk about it a lot, obviously, but that play on Justin Fields where he just sprang at him, and dude,
that's
just
what I'm
had
saying.
No chance, no
He's
shot.
so fast. When he was playing linebacker back in coverage, and Justin Fields started rolling out, as soon as he saw Fields roll. Like the cop meme, like that one cop running. I don't know what movie it's from, but it's like an animated movie. Dude took off and caught up to Justin Fields. He is He is very, very fast, very explosive, and it's great to see that out of him.
It's like when you're a kid, you see that ice cream truck.
Yeah,
Mama,
ice cream.
Let me get $1. No, but
I got my ice cream.
Eddie Murphy, GOAT.
Yeah,
one of the GOATs.
100%.
I think that's one of the best stand-ups all time, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But James Houston, and that's what part of it too. I didn't get to watch the game second time. I watched it 1.5 times. I made it to halftime. But even the spring to get there, like you said, rushing there. I'm watching Justin Fields as well because he's a fast guy, I'm watching him getting his get up. And Houston was just faster than Justin Fields.
Yes,
it was pretty damn fast, pretty damn explosive,
pretty damn
as
fast.
Detroit Lions know well. And Yeah, I mean, Josh Pascal, I already messaged Malcolm. I told him, hey, tell Pascal the Heavyz said congrats on that first and second sack.
Yeah.
Because that was dope. I'm glad he finally got some. And actually, we have we were going to say this a little bit for later in the show, but you could throw this one up if you want, Chris. It's about the rookies in total getting the second most sacks in NFL history.
Yes.
This is from Detroit Lions PR.
Yeah.
So
This was
I think the Titans are number one. Yes, sir. Yeah, and there you have it. So
the rookies have combined for 18.5 sacks this season. This ties for the second most sacks by a team's rookie having ever produced in NFL history, with the rankings as follows. The Titans in 99, the Lions at second, the 49ers in 93 tied with the Lions, and the 49ers in 86 tied with the Lions. Jesus, the 49ers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's impressive, and you got to think that they're going to break that in Lambeau.
I hope
There's
so.
a very good opportunity for that.
Damn sure hope
Obviously, it could happen from any of those guys. It could happen from a secondary player.
Yeah.
Maybe Kirby flies in there, but Hutchinson, Houston, Pascal, all those guys only need half a sack to get to the record.
And if I may, too, real quick, I guess I will do tip of the cap a bit to Justin Fields, because obviously I don't think that man's working with much out there in Chicagoland. Right? And obviously was here in Detroit this past weekend. But the sack that James Houston had, where he just wrapped him up, like, dude, Justin Fields still almost didn't come down.
Justin Fields is a big dude. I didn't know he was that big.
I was like, how, thank God he doesn't have any weapons right now.
We talked about it. We were looking at the receiving core, and it's like the cast-offs from every other team, like N'Keal Harry, Byron Pringle, Dante Pettis. Like, these are all the worst the worst receiver on multiple. Well, Claypool was hurt.
Yeah.
And obviously Mooney's on IR, so, man, I do feel bad for Justin Fields, because he is big, man. I didn't know he was that big.
Yeah, it was just good to see, like, again, the Detroit Lions, like, defensive front, switch it up and still have some success. It was also good to see that, again, as a defender of AG, he's not as, like, stubborn as I was kind of, like, starting to think.
In his ways.
Yeah, because, like, last week, they didn't bring anybody extra into the box. Still was blitzing on those third downs, and then the Detroit Lions were getting killed for it. So I'm glad to see him do a little something different. But it is kind of, all due respect to, like, the Chicago Bears and anybody that knows football more than me on the coaching staff, but, like, that's all they really can do is run the football.
Yes.
So, like, you
no due respect.
Yeah,
F the
you're
Bears.
right. F the Bears, 100%. And it is nice to bury the Bears once more.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while.
Swept them.
I was pissed that we got swept by them last year.
The Lions
I
have the
hate
best
Bears.
in division record in the NFC North.
We got the biggest
4-1 right now.
I was gonna say something inappropriate. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. We're gonna come back and all you golfers, we got something for you. Got something for that ass.
Got something to fluff. But first, the Lions defense stepped up, and if your defense needs to step up, all you need is Guardian Alarm, because Guardian Alarm will keep you safe and give you peace of mind whether you're at home or on the road. With their 24/7 local monitoring, they make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
You know Ryan Armani. And this is what he used to look like. Not great. This is what he looks like now.
Oh my God, it's Ryan Armani.
Nice.
That's who it is.
Real nice.
Now he looks like somebody who could catch 16 touchdowns in a single season in the NFL.
He does.
He does.
He does.
But in all seriousness, Ryan Armani enlisted the help of custom health centers to help his weight loss journey, and now he is down upwards of 20 pounds. All you have to do, if you want custom health centers help, is call 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call custom health centers today and let them help you reach your ideal weight.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward live on WordSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More
What up,
Racks.
though? My mustache keeps curling up in my
Going into your
nose. Yeah.
You need a trim.
I do. My brother got me trimmers for Christmas, though, so.
Lucky you. I had to buy a new trimmer because somebody moved out of my house and they took it. And they took the dog.
Why don't you take the trimmer?
I don't know.
That's just petty.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I actually don't know. I don't have an excuse for that one. I don't think they meant to. But anyway, welcome back to the show. I think I said everyone's name already. I'll prolong this a little bit. But Friday, I had a debate, if you will, with Stick. I think it was an absolute slam dunking. I was the only one bringing facts to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. I love you, Stick. And somebody reacted to it. Somebody made a reaction video.
Who was that?
To the Dennis.
Oh, top golf gobbler?
Yeah.
Number one golf gobbler?
Golf topper. Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway, but we keep it real here.
Yes.
We've always kept it G real with you, cuz.
I'm going to keep it G real with you, cuz.
We've told you from the beginning of the season that Goff could have this type of season.
Yes.
Matter of fact, we told you there's no excuse for him not to have this type of season. The one thing I will say, matter of fact, what do they say when like you're talking like cash shit? They say put your money where your mouth is, right?
Yeah, like Jeff didn't do.
Like Jeff didn't do, exactly. And what am I notorious for when it comes to betting, Spinny?
Paying your bets?
No. Well,
No.
Yeah, that too, I guess.
100%.
$1.
Oh, yeah.
I notoriously only bet like $1. That's how I roll.
Yes.
Hook me
Yeah.
up, Chris. This is how confident I was. This is my sports book. 10 smackaroonies, Spinny.
10
smackaroonies. And that's what set at. Over 3,600 yards for Jared Goff. 3,600.
And that was on September 1st.
Thank you. I'm glad you pointed out that date there. We've always, Spinny and I, we've been telling you this is the type of season this guy's going to have.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say this, though. I am going to give him kudos. I don't want to, rain on the parade. I don't want to be negative because, like, the no-turnover situation that he's got going on right now is goddamn impressive.
Extremely impressive.
It is, especially as, like, knowing him historically heading into the season, and actually throughout this year, had the most turnovers since, like, 2019. And that's with him missing games and stuff like that, too. The broken thumb situation with the Rams, missed some games with the Detroit Lions last year. But Jared Goff is playing out of his mind. He has a 15-0 touchdown to interception ratio since week 10.
Yeah, in the past 5 weeks.
First in the league right now.
In the past 5 weeks, he's first with no interceptions. He's fourth in touchdowns, third in yards, and third in passer ratings. So the guy has been balling, and like you said, he's got the 15-0 touchdown to interception ratio, which is first in the NFL. This is since week 10. He's got a 108.4 passer rating, which is first in the NFL. Again, this is since week 10. So it's very impressive to see Goff playing like this, and shout out to him. He's going out there next year.
100%. And like for the people that I've been called delusional, we've been called haters, which I've just leaned into at this point. It's fun. It's fun to troll people because it gets so worked up. But like, we literally said this was going to happen. Like, we'd be pissed if that weren't the case, because you have everything in the world like at your dispense to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You have a top 5 offensive line. You have offensive weapons. You have an offensive genius making the calls. And actually, more flowers for Goff real quick too. The situation with the helmet in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Kudos to him for, like, because the whole situation is kind of weird, right? Running back and forth to get the helmet, coming back, getting the playoff, making all your reads beforehand. You know what I'm saying? All your checks and stuff like that too. Like, it's just more flowers to Goff for sure. But again, more like a couple of roses to Ben Johnson's way too, though.
Yeah.
Because like he was the one, he had complete autonomy to do whatever he wanted with his offense when he was given the duties of offensive coordinator. And what did he do as a responsible leader? He went to the guy who is executing the plans, and he was like, how can we make this work?
Yeah.
Like, and I think you're good at this. You tell me what you think you're good at. I don't think you do these the best. You tell me what you don't think you execute the best. Let's give you the optimal most like success. But with doing that, and we told you this in the offseason again, as I just told you before, you saw the bet. If you guys watched the show since before we were on the other channel, we've been saying this too.
Mm-hmm.
He gave him the utmost confidence. I mean, this is a different Jared Goff. He's comfortable, he's confident, and part of the reason you could see that was that very like weird situation in the beginning with the helmet and stuff like that. Whatever type of communication wasn't going off, Goff was still able to execute because he knows that offense like the back of his hand.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but I will say the one thing I did not see was the touchdowns. I mean, the interceptions.
Yes.
That is like the damn like most impressive part of it for me too.
Oh, he's been very good. He's been taking care of the ball. He's been playing excellent. And like you said, shout out to him. But Chris, you had your hand raised. You wanted to say something?
Yes. Yeah. If I could have the class's attention for a minute, I know this is gonna make you guys mad, but I'm genuinely asking this: if the Lions make the playoffs, would he finish like top 5, top 8 in MVP voting?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Probably not.
Definitely not. I even
might be top 10.
Yeah, I guess. Jalen Hurts, obviously number 1.
Patrick Mahomes.
Allen's, I'm
Joe
sure he'll get
Burrow's
some.
up there.
Burrow's gonna get some.
Yeah. Nick Bosa's gonna get some.
Yeah. Trying to think. I'm trying to think of guys like ahead of like the good teams.
Yeah.
Obviously, you said AFC, Mahomes, Bills, Allen,
Eagles, Niners.
He might get the nod over some playoff quarterbacks, right? Like,
yeah. Geno Smith, he would get over. I
Kirk
think
Cousins, maybe even, or no, because they got
Justin Jefferson's going to get a lot of.
Justin Jefferson probably might get a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's
Lamar
crazy.
before he went down.
Lamar before he went down was playing at MVP level.
Dak, I mean.
Somebody else.
Micah Parsons probably more than Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dak only played. I don't think they're gonna give it to any guy who played like half the season.
Yeah.
Stick said more. I mean, I don't understand. Like we've always been like this.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is.
It's false narratives out there on YouTube, which I'm gonna address tonight. I'm gonna make a reaction video. I can't wait.
And Bob's big boy put it out there. He said the pass to Chark yesterday on the go route where he dropped the dime in the bucket behind the DB's back was an elite type throw. And I said that on the bottom line or on the final word or on Armani and Edwards with Maz without Armani and Edwards and Maz. It was one of the best throws I've seen Jared Goff make in a Lions uniform.
Yeah.
It was a straight go route. It was about probably like a 30-yard pass down the field, and he hit right over the DB's back, right to DJ Chark. Chark laid out and made a great catch for it. So that was a very impressive throw by Jared Goff.
100%. And like
100%.
If anything, you'd say maybe top 10 MVP votes. That's a good question. Maybe we'll have to, because I would have to like sit down and look at like these teams. Like on the spot.
Yeah, on the spot right now, you got Hurts, Mahomes, Jefferson, Bosa, Parsons.
Chia. I was gonna say though, like if not that, like I'm not ready to say that, but I'll tell you like for damn sure. He played himself into like the Detroit Lions starting quarterback of next year, and that doesn't mean they're not going to draft a quarterback, but that means like their plans to compete next year are with Jared Goff at the helm, and that's which I feel like I felt that way since. I mean, honestly, since the New York game, and he didn't even perform that well. I'm talking about the New York Giants game. He's 0 touchdowns, 0 receptions, but like keep the ball clean, like just keep us in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm really asking for. Like I said, he has everything at his disposal to have the type of performance he's having. It's just like typically anybody throws more interceptions than he has. Aaron Rodgers has been the only guy to like not throw that type like many interceptions. Everyone throws interceptions, but Jared Goff, I mean, gosh dang. What are you gonna say? You want to comment?
Stick Wildin'.
Yeah, Stick is Wildin'. But Denver Blair says Hurts is out. Yeah, he missed 2 games, but he still had an MVP season, so he's going to be top 5
I think he's
in MVP
still
voting for sure.
As soon as he did get hurt, though, I could have cashed out.
He would have won it.
Yeah,
he would have won it
easily
if he didn't get hurt. But now it's probably going to be Mahomes or Burrow.
Yeah, because no one's pulling from the Niners. Maybe Bosa, like you said, but I don't know what his numbers look like. Is Herbert? Would you put Herbert in the MVP conversation over a Goff? I almost would.
Probably.
You would?
Yeah.
I guess they do have a better. They're 10-6. So
He's
there's
dealt
that.
with a lot of injuries and stuff this year too. But
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Trevor
I'd probably put Goff in over
Lawrence?
Saquon. I'd put Goff over Trevor Lawrence.
Same record, and he's winning his division. But I mean, the division's kind of ass.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a bit of a difference there. And I mean, I have to look.
Sam Darnold. No, you got to look at it, man. It is impressive. It's impressive what he's doing. He's having probably the best year of his career so far. So, props out to him.
100%. And again, I'm going to keep off the truths of the matter when it comes to competing for an actual like championship or Super Bowl, because we're being positive today. You know, Detroit Lions win a game. I ain't trying to scare everybody away right away, but just know there will be a reaction video put out at some point tonight. Maybe I should put on the Heavyweights channel or my channel. I think I'll do the Heavyweights channel. That one's a little bit more active than my personal one.
Stick said put Jared Goff and KC in there undefeated.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'll trade Jared Goff for Patrick Mahomes.
What'd you say?
100%.
I said I'll trade Jared Goff for Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. Yeah, I'll take it all day. Let's do it. Run it up.
Call him, Steve. Call
There you
Andy
go.
Reid.
You guys happy? But we did it. We keep it G real.
I'm gonna keep it
Every
real
time.
with you, cuz if you want some food, there's a spot you can go. It's called Big Boy. Because wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf, give me the loaf, or Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The Lumberjack, Santa Fe Garden, or Blockbuster. Stop by your local Big Boy today and satisfy those taste buds.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Start that New Year's off right and go to Chili Peppers, where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals, where they beat all competitors by
$5.
$5?
Yeah, $5. It's like y'all know. It's like y'all already know about the deal. While you're there, pick up that Australian Gold, that designer skin, that Caltan, that Swedish beauty lotion. All good options. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters. 27 locations and more on the way.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Midway Minute.
The Midway Minute. The Midway swapped out roller skating, basketball, mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars,
Easy, don't eat the
indoor
snowflake.
arcade, and puck putt. Puck putt. Don't eat the yellow snow, Easy. With free entry to the
You're gonna
site,
get
enjoy
sick
a
again.
variety of new activities aimed at creating an exceptional winter experience for everyone. Get to the Midway this winter to enjoy tasty treats and make magical memories during the most wonderful time of the year. We already talked about the food favorites. That's where you find the Heavyz. The food favorites,
Heavyz.
such as burgers, pierogies, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, and mac and cheese
100%.
bites, plus gluten-free.
The what?
Gluten-free and
I'm there.
good. And coming soon, the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics. You'll be able to compete against Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam, Ryan Armandi, the heavyweights, and all of the Woodward Sports family in Monroe Street Midway Games. So get downtown and check out the Monroe Street
Midway. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Kung Fu Spinny, a.k.a. Spin More Racks.
Hello.
Got young Chris in the TD booth. JB
That's just how
Spinny,
gluten
1
and
2
got confused.
Huh?
You saw gluten and got confused.
Is that the word?
Gluten will make your dick fly off.
Oh, my.
Activations.
Activations.
Speaking of Jared Goff and the offense, I just said Detroit Lions offense.
Yes.
Breaking records.
Yes, sir.
Franchise records, that is, but still. Some pretty damn good things up. Can you throw that one up there,
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, up there this year?
Look
Boom.
at this, man.
Detroit Lions PR. For the first time in franchise history, the Lions have 4,000 passing yards and 2,000 rushing yards in the same season. Now, a lot of people point to that and be like, oh, but it was a 17-game season. That was within the 16 games. Mm-hmm. And I used for that graphic Ben Johnson.
And I got a couple more for you for Ben Johnson.
Okay.
171 rushing yards by wide receivers for the Detroit Lions. That is most in franchise history.
Yep.
Third most in the NFL this season. And this is the first time since 1989 the Detroit Lions have 2,000 rushing yards and 20 rushing touchdowns in the same season. And at home, all records. 3,709 total yards, 298 points, and 36 touchdowns. Ben Johnson has this offense humming.
But it's Jared Goff.
It's Jared Goff.
It's Jared Goff.
He inspired the running backs.
He made the offense.
Yeah.
Ben's just doing what he's telling him.
Yeah.
No, Ben's the fucking man.
Yes, he is.
We're supposed to have that word, but I'm saying because Ben's the man.
Ben
You got to
is
think
the
about, listen, 5,000 passing yards been done twice, or at least once for sure, by Matthew Stafford as a quarterback of the Detroit Lions. The 2,000 yards, no, never in the same season.
No.
It's a franchise that had Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson.
Yes.
Reggie Bush, later on Reggie Bush, and Barry freaking Sanders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
But it took Ben Johnson, with I would say, outside of obviously the offensive line, I would say a more talented group. I'm sorry, a less talented group than the Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, and Golden Tate. Yeah, to do this.
For sure.
And this is why, like, again, guys, I'm not trying to poo-poo on I'm not trying to tell you Jared Goff is bad, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I'm just trying to let you know how effing good Ben Johnson is. I mean, former Detroit Lions offensive coordinator came out, I think it's a 33rd team, like a new media company or whatever, but he came out and he said Ben Johnson's doing the best offensive performance of any coordinator this year.
He's the most important coordinator in football.
100%.
100%.
I mean, you look at the teams that the Detroit Lions are being named amongst in terms of like scoring points. I know it's the Buffalo Bills, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs. Are the Ravens still up there, or are they fallen off since Lamar got
I think
hurt?
they've fallen off since Lamar.
Either way, look at what they're dealing with and what they have versus what the Detroit Lions have. And this is Ben Johnson cooking it up. Salt, pepper, whatever the hell else you got throwing there. Ben Johnson is the truth, man. And you can't tell me that's not the case. I get Jared Goff is having a phenomenal year, but you saw the Ben Johnson situation go down last year even too.
The Lions are fourth in total points scored this year behind Chiefs, Cowboys, and Eagles. They are ahead of the Bills, Niners, and Vikings, and Bengals.
That is crazy.
They have 433 total points scored this season. They've got a shutout on that.
So the Chiefs,
the Patriots shut out the Lions.
Eagles, yeah, exactly.
Chiefs, Cowboys, and Eagles are the only teams that have scored more points this year than the Detroit Lions.
Look what's in the kitchen cabinet for the Cowboys. They have Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard.
Yeah, and CeeDee Lamb.
Thank you.
And they have 3 good tight ends.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a lot to work with.
Gallup's pretty good,
That's
too.
a lot to get to cooking with.
And a good offensive line.
The Philadelphia Eagles. A.J. Brown.
Yes.
Devontae Smith.
Pretty good.
Dallas Goedert.
Pretty good.
Jalen Hurts guy.
He's pretty good.
MVP candidate.
Miles Sanders playing really well this year.
Yep. That's a lot to cook with.
Yes.
Another top 5 offensive line. You go to the Chiefs. They have some Patrick Mahomes kid.
I think he's pretty good.
Pretty good. Travis Kelce.
Might be the best tight end of all time.
And the receivers, by the way, there's some names in there, but not enough that I would say they're better than Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No.
Patrick Mahomes is cooking.
Just cooked. He's Patrick Mahomes.
Jerick McKinnon's having a good year. Who's that rookie? What happened to him?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
No. Well, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was having a good year, too, for a minute. But Isaiah...
Oh, Pacheco?
Yeah. Did he get hurt?
No.
Kind of fell off of there for a minute. I thought he was going to be like a big guy. But that's a lot more in that kitchen cabinet to cook with. And you got the Detroit Lions. Ben Johnson is the fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
He just is. And even go back to like this is actually going to be in my reaction video, guys. Make sure you check out Woodward Heavyweights YouTube channel. But there's a gentleman who made the video about us and our Jared Goff opinions. He's like, look at what Jared Goff did. You said he had a bad year last year. Look what he did the last 6 weeks. And I said this on air before. But Spinny, who was involved the last 6 weeks at offense?
Benjamin Johnson, Esquire.
Yeah, he was. That's right.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
right.
sure.
It's
pretty sure he took over from Anthony Lynn.
Jamal Williams is a career backup, if we're keeping it a buck. And we have split backfield. He's approaching his first 1,000-yard season.
6 yards away.
On top of tying Barry Sanders for the most touchdowns in franchise record.
He's pretty good, Barry Sanders.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You know, if we're, Ben Johnson, do you think he leaves this year? I know you and Sam had this conversation. Did you speak on it, JB?
I'm scared, honestly. I'm very scared for him to leave this year. Obviously, we did last week. We looked at potential replacements for Ben Johnson. Man, I hope he doesn't leave this year. But he damn near might be 1 foot out the door because he's going to get paid. It's like we said before, offensive-minded young coaches, they're going like hotcakes in the NFL. And when you find a guy that's done this, he's made the Lions a top 5 offense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be hard not to scoop him up if you're, I don't know, the Broncos or the Colts or a team like that. Maybe even the Raiders have an opening at the end of the year. I doubt they get rid of Josh McDaniels already, but man, Ben Johnson's going to be a hot commodity. If he doesn't go next year or this year, he's going to be gone next year.
I mean, he's literally on pace. Again, this is before the 17-game season. This is 16 games at this point. Has a backup running back in Jamal Williams on pace to tie Barry Sanders for the most touchdowns in franchise history.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I see sticking there trying to name one stat Ben Johnson has without Jared Goff. Jamal Williams is about to tie Barry Sanders' franchise record for touchdowns.
Yeah, one stat Ben Johnson has without Jared Goff. The first time since 1989 the Detroit Lions have 2,000 rushing yards and 20 rushing touchdowns in a season. That's one stat Ben Johnson has without Jared Goff. Thanks, Dick.
Jeez Louise, JB. Did you get to speak on the Ben Johnson stuff during Armani Edwards and Maz without Armani Edwards and Maz?
Yeah, without Armani Edwards and Maz. Yeah, a little bit. I'm a little nervous because if you asked me like a week or two ago, I would have completely said, oh no, Ben Johnson is not leaving. You know, he's still got unfinished business here with the Lions. But now, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm a little nervous just because week in and week out, like, he's showing what he can do with this offense. With what's given to him, he's showing out every single week and every single one of those offensive plays. Spencer, you said it earlier today too, that pass to Penei Sewell. Like, who thinks of that? And then literally this past game with J-Mo, he was upset a week before about not being able to be out there to perform, to get on the field, to make plays. He hands the ball off to him, goes for 40 yards. And if you see the excitement on J-Mo's face that, like, finally someone sees what I can do out here on this field.
He was smiling the whole time.
Yeah, like, come on. Now it's like, dude, I'm nervous. Ben might be at the top of the list right now as a head coach.
Yeah, I agree. And then you go to the Amon-Ra St. Brown too. Like that, the commentators were talking about it. By the way, they started that horribly. They were for sure hungover from New Year's. I know I was, and I actually had gotten drunk during the day too.
I was still drunk.
I know.
I went to bed at 6:30.
You sent me exactly. You sent me a text at 5:59. You said, "Hey, can you pick me up?"
Because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to drive.
But Amon-Ra St. Brown said he's my favorite coach I've ever had. I think a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you need more to like become a head coach than just 1 year as an offensive coordinator." But what did Dan Campbell do before becoming head coach?
I think he was a tight ends coach.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was that not an offensive coordinator position? That's not like a coordinator? Okay.
Not offensive coordinator.
John Harbaugh was a special teams coordinator before he became head coach.
He was, I believe.
Mike McDaniels, 1 year as offensive coordinator, become a head coach, was on his way to the playoffs.
Yes.
I mean, things sputtered. Tua sputtered. Honestly, I know I talk shit about Tua a lot. I really hope
Tua's got the mashed potato brains.
Yeah, I hope he...
Brother!
Yeah, I hope he gets cleared up, whatever's going on with that situation. That's not a good one. Brendan Staley, 1 year coordinator during the head coach. And these jobs, like a head coach, I think all coaching, I could be mistaken on that one, but it's guaranteed bread. The Detroit Lions are still paying Matt Patricia. It doesn't count against the cap, but it's guaranteed money because they get fired so frequently. That's an opportunity of a lifetime for a guy like Ben Johnson to take. I'm nervous we might lose him. Again, look at the top four offenses you named: Chiefs, Eagles, Cowboys, and the Lions. Look at the coverage of those three teams compared to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
It's a lot more to cook with. And yeah, we do have Jameson Williams, who I'd say would interest in the conversation of those recipes or ingredients, stuff like that. We didn't even get him until, 5 weeks ago? Ben Johnson, this is the man.
He's the man. And he keeps doing it, and he keeps doing it. And even without guys, when you had, Amon-Ra St. Brown miss a couple games.
Yeah.
You had Josh Reynolds miss a couple games. You had DJ Chark miss a couple games. He had everybody else ready to go, and the offense was still humming, except for the New England game because it's, Bill Belichick. What are you going to do? But it's extremely impressive what he's been doing all year, and hopefully the Lions can hold on to him.
I hope so, man. I mean, I don't. The only hope, I guess I'd say, for keeping him maybe he wants to prove more to himself. I have no clue. I really can't think of any other reasons to stay outside of maybe he doesn't want to work with a shit situation, but I feel like he's fairly confident.
I feel like he likes it here.
Yeah,
I feel like he's having a good time. And
you think, what's the reason he would stay? Give me some reasons he would stay.
To make less money? The reasons he stays is because it's something he built, something he wants to see through. Obviously, they have a collection of young talent on offense that's going to only continue to get better, so that's impressive.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can just, I don't know. I don't know. There's not a lot of reasons where it's like that's why he wants to stay. Because a lot of reasons to go are obviously you get paid. You can do your own thing and create the same thing you have here in another situation. You can create your legacy as a head coach in the NFL and different things like that. But hopefully Ben Johnson stays.
JB, can you sell me on any reason Johnson would stay?
Probably the same thing Spencer said, just that he wants to see this process through. He's got all this young talent coming in, and it's like, you want to show out just a little bit more. I mean, money is going to come and go, and honestly, he has a head coaching job lined up somewhere down the line. I can definitely see that, but I don't know, maybe it's just like not the right opportunity. He wants to jump in and take over for an Indianapolis team or a Broncos team where you have to now try to fix a quarterback.
Ooh. Yeah, Indianapolis, he's going to have to get his pick of the litter.
Yeah,
in the NFL draft.
Stick says Johnson would stay because he knows you'll ride him. That's weird because that was why Stick went right from Feldman to Jared Goff's house to, finish polishing that knob. But
real quick, David Gerald said any team that hires a one-year coordinator as a franchise that is desperate. The Detroit Lions hired a tight ends coach. We just gave you the Mike McDaniel situation, and we just gave you the freaking
John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh too, who won a Super Bowl, by the way. The LA team, Chargers situation as well.
Brandon Staley.
David, it doesn't work like that. Guys get hired as position coaches. They don't necessarily even have to be a coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how it works. You get hired for the job you could do, and connections you have. But go ahead. You were about to take us a break. I apologize.
Yeah, for sure. It's there's a lot going on. Hopefully the Lions can hold on to Ben Johnson. And
I'm taking us to break.
Hopefully their offense looks a little bit better.
100%. And they're making these defenses look like a Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
All these damn holes, but they're not Swiss Insurance because that way, they'd be a little bit better protected. Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It's very rewarding, but it comes with great responsibility, like Spider-Man powers. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or volunteer as a coach, directors and officers insurance is a must, like the arm of my pit. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are all protected, and call Swiss Insurance today.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. Because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights, live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks.
Hello.
We got young Chris in the TD booth, JB School, the 1s and 2s. Drago says Lions can pay him to stay. I don't know if they pay him as much as he would get paid as a head coach.
Yeah, you're not going to do that.
Somebody else said he would stay to see it through instead of getting paid for 1 year. No, head coaches get paid for every single year. Every single year they're contracted to coach.
Yeah, Matt Rule's still getting paid the rest of his contract.
We know a person who was a former head coach and they had a $16 million, and they could have jumped back into coaching or becoming an offensive coordinator for other teams. And no, they're like, dude, I got 16
I'm
mil
chilling.
Yeah, like I'm coaching my kid's baseball team. That's literally what he's doing right now. I'm just going through some of the comments in the Woodward Sports chat. Let me see what else is in here. I think that's it. It's his first year as coordinator. He isn't leaving for 2 years. Lions will pay him, says I King Horse. Wow.
I hope so.
I mean, I hope so.
I hope you're right, man. I really hope you're right. I don't know if
maybe
he'll
feels
leave
he's not ready
this year. I don't know if he'll leave this year.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But next year,
I don't know if teams are going to ask him to leave this year.
Yeah,
though.
teams are going to. He interviewed last year.
Yeah. Did he? No, he didn't.
No, Aaron Glenn.
Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, whoa, hold up. Speaking of Aaron Glenn, he got blessed by Brad Holmes.
Brad Holmes doing a lot.
Who never, he was like a recruiter or something like that, and he became a GM. Guys, you could get hired doing anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, dude, I get so excited talking about this guy, James Houston. And I couldn't even properly segue this thing. It is insane. We talked about it a little bit earlier when we had the oh my God, I didn't even talk about the strip sack yet. But when he had the sack on Justin Fields where he just like ran up on him, you know what I'm saying? Like he hit his sister or something like that. It was bad. He almost tore somebody else's kneecap off. That's James Houston's kneecap guy apparently. It's to the point now too where I remember like a certain point in the year I was like, Hutch seemed like a little bit jealous at times because it's just flabbergasted by the whole scenario, and I think we all are. Like this kid didn't even make the team initially. James Houston's only on a 2-year contract because the Detroit Lions cut him. He didn't make the official 53-man roster, so we don't have him on your typical 4-year deal as a rookie. But who cares, bro? We're paying him. He's worth it. But at a certain point, though, I was like, is he getting these because like there's another guy on the other side of the line, and Aiden Hutchinson, who's getting double teamed? No, we seen him get double teamed yesterday against the Chicago Bears, against 2 tight ends. Wasn't a good game plan because he got through it, hit the whatever end around, and then he got the strip sack on Justin Fields at that point too. This dude, how do we get this lucky, bro?
I don't know. Brad Holmes, I love you. I love you so much. You see this? This is a 6th round pick. You get James Houston. He had 3 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble in that game against the Bears. And he plays less than 30% of the defensive snaps. And right now he's got 8 sacks, which leads all rookies in the NFL.
Over Aiden Hutchinson?
Over Aiden Hutchinson.
Who's been playing since week 1?
He has half a sack more than Aiden Hutchinson.
That's insane, dude.
He came into the Bears game with 77 defensive snaps played. And this guy is already producing like this. It is insane to see the way he is playing. It is insane to see the level of production he is doing in the limited snaps. And we talked about, we broke down Malcolm when it came down when they drafted him. We broke down James Houston too. And we told the people this is a pass rush specialist. This is a guy who's going to be in there for pass rushes. This is a guy who's going to be in there to get sacks, and that's all he's been doing, getting big sacks. And I love it, man. James Houston, we talked about his speed, his ability to chase down Justin Fields in multiple plays on Sunday, stands out. And his ability, his creativity, and his bag is crazy on that defensive line, in those pass rushing abilities. I love James Houston, and I hope he stays alive forever.
It's literally insane. This is crazy. Brad Holmes is hit on nearly every single pick. We finally got to see a little bit of something to be proud of in Ife Melifonwu, although in limited snaps. But that was one we were kind of nervous on. Levi, a little bit nervous on. But like again, you're not going to hit on every single pick unless you're Brad Holmes. Possibly. I mean, he might do it next year because this guy has 2 second round. The same guy we're talking about right now that found James Houston in the 6th round. And you could say, okay, like that happens every once in a while. Guy will find a guy. He found Amon-Ra St. Brown, the year before in the 4th round. Like, you're about to say it. He's got what, Spinny?
He's got 2 firsts and 2 seconds.
Come on now. Yeah. What are we? Come on. What the? What?
4 picks in the top 6.
Are you serious? Yeah. This is what we're working with?
Yes.
Come on.
Stop it.
Same guy that got you Jamison Williams and Aiden Hutchinson last year.
Yeah. Got you Malcolm this year.
Got you Malcolm.
Kirby this year.
Houston and Kirby. And Mitchell.
Pascal now?
Mitchell played pretty well when he's out there, as a tight end.
Yeah. Dude, think about it this way.
He doesn't block well, but he can catch the ball.
I've been critical of Kyle Pitts. We know that people in the city have been critical of T.J. Hockenson, and we've all heard the excuse for those rookie tight ends. It takes tight ends 2 years to get going. If you look at the numbers for all the greats, all the best tight ends, slow start for the first 2 years, and then they become whoever they became.
Mm-hmm.
James Mitchell's doing things now. Not having a full off season because he had an ACL situation too. I think he's going to be nice too, man.
I do too.
This is crazy, and people want to go defense in this draft, and I'm not mad at him. I definitely agree that the team's biggest need for sure is defensive tackle. It's not because Aleem McNeil's not doing a good job. It's just I would like to get somebody next to him to emphasize what he.
I like Bugs.
James Houston could do too. Yeah, Bugs too.
is playing well, but he's more of a depth guy.
But is it possible, knowing that James Houston is what he is, knowing that Aiden is what he is, and knowing they're going to get better?
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine they regress or stay the same. I feel like they. Do you think am I tripping or
no? They are going to get better. They're only going to get better. And I think I know what you're about to say.
Is this defense better than we thought? Can we foot around a little bit more offensive picks within there now too? Because these guys will get more experience. And they'll be better next year. The biggest jump for any player in the NFL typically is their 2nd year. It's night and day.
I was looking at that receiver on the TCU, Quentin Johnston.
Dude, me too. I was saying the same thing.
I was and J-Mo, that's a 6'4", 4'4", dude.
Yeah.
That would be nuts. But you look and I said it with Sam earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions, when they're healthy, edge rushers alone have a 6-guy rotation now.
Houston,
Okwara, Hutchinson, Charles Harris.
Did Okwara even play yesterday?
No. And Julian Okwara looked really good until he got hurt. He was playing very well.
Romeo the 2-sack game
Charles
too?
Harris, you know what he can do. You know, he's not going to be a world beater, but given a less of a workload, I think he'll be more productive. So now they have a 6-guy rotation at defensive end. And last year, they had just Charles Harris.
Yeah. And they could honestly, too, like, I'd love the thought of that 6-man rotation, but they could, if they wanted to.
Parties, right? They need defensive back depth for sure.
Yeah, defensive back a little bit, too. There's some questions coming up about Jeff Okudah. Maybe we'll discuss that as well. Yeah. But I was going to say, like, the Okwara situation, remember beforehand, we were kind of talking about, like, that's $10 million cap savings if you cut Romeo with the emergence of Houston. I mean, it'd be cool to keep them both, but, like, you don't necessarily have to. I'm just saying, like, and then Charles, too. All due respect to Charles, I'd probably keep Romeo over Charles at this point, but like that's one that maybe teeter-totter, like some extra bread that the GM Brad Holmes you like a lot could hit the free agency market with. Like, I think this defense is going to be a lot better than people think. I know that we want to address the defense, and secondary is probably the other place I go.
Linebacker probably.
Yeah, but not even linebacker, honestly. Like
Malcolm's playing great.
Malcolm's playing great.
He's having the best year of his career.
Yes, exactly.
By far.
Derek Barnes is starting to come too. Yeah. And like even if he's not like a full-time starter, at least like against these like strong running offenses, obviously you see him in there because he's more athletic and he makes plays. I mean, he was shitting on Aaron Rodgers in the first Green Bay Packers matchup.
Yeah, imagine if they get like, I don't know, a Joey Porter Jr. And then a Bijan Robinson in that first round. That would be wild. That'd be wild.
I wouldn't be mad at Quentin. I really there's not a position.
I think they need the cornerback. The highest positions on their list are defensive tackle and cornerback.
Yeah. There's honestly the other thing too now is like having a GM like this is kind of crazy. I feel like I can't relate to anybody who had this type of GM, and I can't think of any type of GM like that off the top of my head. Maybe who's that guy with Baltimore for a while? Something.
Don't know. Baltimore's GM?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Whatever.
But he was hitting on every pick.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they did it again. Patrick Queen, Hamilton's looking good. Like, if you took I know a lot of people like, oh, I don't want quarterback. If you took a quarterback, I wouldn't give a single shit. Matter of fact, I wanted a quarterback regardless. But if you took a running back, I wouldn't give a single shit.
I trust implicitly.
Yes.
Trust Brad Holmes
confidence in Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
If he drafted Jake Moody 3rd round, I'd be like, he knows what he's doing. By the way, but Jake Moody might go 5th or something.
I think the Lions should draft Jake Moody.
That 59-yarder was I was like, damn.
It was clean.
That's fucking 59 yards.
And it was good from like 62. Like, it had some extra leg on it, too.
Yeah. Look, man, I think this defense is going to be a lot better than people think. Like I said, you got that year 2 jump that most of these players have, and they get even better. You got the year 2 jump coming for Aiden Hutchinson. You have the year 2 jump coming for James Houston. The year 2 jump coming for Josh Pascal, Malcolm Rodriguez, Kirby Joseph. Like, that's insane. The list goes on and on, bro. And we will talk about the Jeff Okudah stuff. That's not a Brad Holmes pick, but what did you make? Were you going to say something, Chris, before I did that?
I think with him hitting on as many picks as he's hit, and James Houston is a prime example of this, does this give you guys more comfort in the idea of trying to potentially trade up? I mean, we had that conversation a couple weeks ago about potentially trading up in the draft to get one of these studs because the Rams pick isn't as good as we originally wanted it to be. So does all these extra assets and contributions from other places in the draft give you, more incentive to move up and try and get a absolute stud rather than 2 good pieces?
I wouldn't question anything he did.
I won't question a single thing he did.
I personally wouldn't want to, no, because he hits on every single point in the drafts. Like, I had the utmost confidence he would just hit on 2 guys in that first round. I mean, just like he did this year. But no, I mean, I'm not pressured into it. But if he did it, I don't care. I really wouldn't care. I would have the utmost confidence in whoever that pick ended up being. Honest to God, it is ridiculous at this point. Yeah. It is wild.
Yeah, it's impressive that he just keeps doing it, and you love to see it, man. Brad Holmes is
Ozzie Newsome was the GM I was trying to think of, by the way.
Newsome.
Yeah.
Brad Holmes is a wizard for sure.
You're a wizard, Holmes.
It's awesome.
You're a wizard, Holmes.
So yeah, you're a wizard, Holmes. If you want to get big and maybe you can beat Brad Holmes' next draft pick, all you got to do is go to Planet Fitness, because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. It has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month. You can join in-club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
at work, and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
At Alta.
Uptime.
Madison. Brad Holmes must run the damn place because he's pretty good at building with some uptime. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Make sure you give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where?
Uptime.
Madison, brother. Only you. Sorry, that was a little too much. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
We've got young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the ones and twos. There's a comment by Bob's Big Boy in the chat. It said, Holmes' only weakness in the draft is defensive tackle.
Yeah.
No. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think McNeil's looking nice. I think Pascal obviously plays a little bit of a tweener situation. He's looked nice. Levi is just hurt. I can't say you can't say he drafted a bad one. And then there's this guy in LA that he was a part of drafting. I can't think of his name. He's really, really good. Aaron
Douglas.
Donald?
Aaron Donald, yeah.
That guy's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
I heard Brad Holmes was pounding his fist in the table for that one.
That sounds like something.
You can't say that defensive tackle is weak. I don't think he has a weakness at this point.
I don't think so either.
If there are rumors that like he was just as high on Goff, which at that point in Brad Holmes' like career, he wasn't even high enough to, I feel like, to have an opinion on the matter. Like, you know what I'm saying, within organizations. I don't believe them. There aren't reports on that like you can find on the reports on Aaron Donald, but maybe that would be the one weakness. That's disrespectful, but come on. Moving on though, speaking of those rookies, you said there's 4 candidates for a possible defensive rookie of the year.
Yes.
It's Brad Holmes. That is insane. But Hutch with another interception this week, and I want to give AG a little bit of credit on this one too. Did you see how it went down?
Yes.
Should I send that video? We could play it because it's like recorded on the screen. If you just mute it,
yeah.
I'm gonna send you a video, Chris, on Twitter. What were you gonna say?
I wrote down Hutchinson did his best Jose Alvarado impression. Because if you've seen Jose Alvarado, he's a player for the Pelicans who like stands by the bench and waits for the ball to get inbounded and then runs behind the point guard and steals it from him. And that's what Hutchinson did when that play where Hutchinson got the interception. Easy up. How many pass rushers did they throw at Justin Fields? Was it 5?
No, it was like 3.
No,
like 2.
No.
2 on the interception.
Yeah, the Hutchinson interception.
1.
No.
4.
No.
How many?
There was 0. There was 0 people rushing the passer. There was 11 men in coverage. Hutchinson standing near the sideline, like 2 feet away from Aaron Glenn, just standing there, jumps in front of that little 7-yard out route and gets his 3rd interception of the year. And as we sit here on the season, Hutchinson has 3 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries, 7.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, and 13 quarterback hits. It's extremely impressive. He's the only player in the NFL with 5+ sacks and 3 or more interceptions. Aiden Hutchinson has been playing lights out, and he's getting Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I told you.
Sauce had another good game, really good game.
He did. 3 yards for Metcalf.
He locked down Metcalf.
But how do you deny, listen, 3 interceptions, which is more than Sauce and Stingley combined. The last time a defensive end has had 3 interceptions in a single season was in 1990 by a guy, I think his name was like Bob Dent or something like that. 1990. He was a vet.
Yeah.
This is a rookie we're talking about. And then you add on the 7.5 sacks on top of it. Here's the interception, by the way, too. And this one, obviously, you got to show some love to Hutch for having the hands. Half the time, DBs don't have the hands to make this play.
Yes.
But this guy's a defensive end doing it. But I also want to show some love to AG. Like, this is brilliant.
Yeah, look, he's right next to Aaron Glenn.
Yeah. Standing there. He's chilling. 6'7" ass. How you miss him? How do you miss him?
Boop. Give me those.
Like,
that's his 3rd interception of the year.
It is crazy.
Terry called it Hutch Island.
Listen, more picks than Stingley and Sauce combined.
Yeah.
All right. And then the other part of it too is like,
100%.
someone brought a dog. People always bringing dogs to the shop, but I'm so distracted by the dog right now. You know, some people say that the dog's literally wearing like the same outfit as Rachel. That's wild. I wish that was K-Cam available. But anyway, he is rookie of the year. You got the sacks, you got the interception. I mean, he's him. Give it to him. It's a wrap. If his team makes the playoffs, especially, you got the narrative behind it. You have the history of defensive ends getting the award over other positions. Like, it makes 110% that Aiden Hutch is going to be the rookie year. And I just like throw out, I told you so.
Yeah.
You know, no big deal.
It's awesome. It is awesome. He's definitely making a
Richard
push.
Dent, thank you, Bob's big boy, was the last one.
He's making a big push to get defensive rookie of the year, and it's amazing. It's amazing to see. The guy is playing lights out football. You love to see it. So I'm happy for Aiden Hutchinson. I'm happy for the Detroit Lions, and I'm thankful to the Jacksonville Jaguars for passing on this guy.
That is true. That is true. I think Bob Dent. Guys, you want me to remember this guy's name from 1990? Dude, I was born in 93.
Yeah. That's what Sam Flannel brought up.
I got you the last name.
You remember the 71 Michigan team? I was like, no, Flannel. I was negative 20 years old. Like, how do you remember the 71
That's the
Michigan
thing is, like, as like doing this job, and there are, like, you'll watch highlights, right? But you're never there for, like, the moments. Like, you have a feeling for, like, what they were. You know, when young kids tell me Jordan had that dog in him, you don't fucking know, dude. Like, look, sorry for part of my French, but like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what you're told. You could build up a story or a narrative a certain way. You weren't there to be like, because I always look at stuff with context. You know, that's how I am. I'm never like, you could never just give me the numbers. I'm like, you know, concede. Like, okay, you're right. I'm like, no, he was missing this guy. That guy was guarding him. And that's context.
Yes.
We don't know any of the context of a lot of those situations.
No.
You can't speak on that kind of stuff.
Can't speak. But what we can speak on is Aiden Hutchinson playing at a very high level. He is, per Jeremy Reisman on Twitter, since week 11, Hutchinson is the third-ranked edge per PFF. That is all in the entire NFL. Behind Myles Garrett and somebody else are the only people ahead of him since week 11. The guy's been playing lights out. He's playing well in the run game. Obviously, against Carolina, he had a couple stumbles. But he came back and he did great things against the Chicago Bears. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see this guy play for a while because the Lions were looking for that blue chip stock. The Lions were looking for that blue chip pass rusher, and they got it in Aiden Hutchinson. And they might have got another one in James Houston.
So obviously I've been saying Aiden, and Aiden has the 3 interceptions. No, James can't catch him. No. I was saying, can James catch him?
No.
Is there...
If he gets 4 sacks against the Packers, maybe.
We have our rule, right? Like, be positive on, like, you know, game day or Mondays following, like Victory Mondays or whatever. But, like, would it be fair to have that conversation, the Houston versus Hutch thing?
No. Like I said, Houston plays less than 30% of defensive snaps for like Hutchinson's playing.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, he's literally ahead of Hutch in sacks right now.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put guys in that same, it's a lot easier for them to hop in and get a sack when they've been, you know, they've got fresh legs and they're chilling and they're waiting, and the offense
consistently though, dude. That's
impressive. No, it's extremely impressive. But Hutchinson's doing more for the team.
Yeah, versatility.
Yeah.
Are you voting on versatility? You're voting on numbers though. Like the numbers are
Hutchinson has 3 interceptions too.
Yeah.
JB, help me out here.
And Houston only has half a sack more.
What's up?
Is there an argument to be had yet? And this is kind of a BS thing to do to people, but like that Houston better than Hutch.
No, man.
Maybe just specifically. I'll say this is probably the only. You're right. Hutch does do more. I think Hutch is a good run defender. I think the only conversation there is to have that to make it make sense or have it be like a little bit legit is. I think Houston, you could say maybe he's a better like pure edge rusher.
Yeah.
Is that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
But Hutchinson does more, and he's playing insanely well. Well.
It's fair.
I mean, credit to both of them. They are playing insanely well, and if there is an edge to it a little bit, it's only because Houston started playing later than Hutch did. I mean, November 12th to the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. That's probably your only edge or only advantage you could have for Houston to be in there.
I had a piece of paper with some stats on it. I can't find it, but that's part of having ADD, right?
Yeah.
But we have Ndamukong Suh, Al Baker, and then Lynn Barney, I believe, like the only other guys who won Defensive Rookie of the Years for the Detroit Lions. That's the company that like Hutch is like alongside.
He is alongside those guys, and like I said, he's ranked 3rd out of all edges in the NFL since Week 11 per PFF. I saw Jeremy Reisman put that out there, so that is extremely impressive. It's not just rookies anymore. He's lapped all of those rookies already. He's lapped Kayvon Thibodeau. He's lapped Trayvon Walker. He's leagues above those guys right now. He is playing like an all pro. He is playing like a Pro Bowler. He is out there making plays on a consistent basis, and it's amazing to watch. And we talk about the interceptions, which are, you thought at first it was kind of a niche thing, but he's got 3 of them now. Like you don't stumble into 3 interceptions as a defensive end. So it's extremely impressive, man.
110%. With that said, I do want to remind you guys, the phone lines are open. I'm going to put the number in the chat. I see some people coming at the boys saying you're wrong. Goff's a guy. Or is that breaking the rule and being negative?
I don't know. Admit you're wrong. Goff is the guy. Goff is the guy for what? Right now? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
For sure.
Would that make us wrong?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't think so.
Yeah. Didn't we say
can't win a Super Bowl
here this year?
Yeah. Said he'd be here next year too.
We said he could be. Yeah. Very strong possibility be here next year.
Yeah.
Right. You probably want to sit a guy behind him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's your guy.
It's weird. It's weird how that works. But let me tell you guys about the Butchery, because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the Butchery. You can call 248-682-2697. Yes, 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery. Meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our Lumberjack, Blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been, I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard.
Corner, jumper,
Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
The Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Folding. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foldingwarehouse.com.
All right. Phone line's open. 313-552-6322.
Yeah.
Every time you say .com, I just want to say .com. Expedia.
.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
No free promo.
What if they welcome
Yeah,
back
for
to
real.
Woodward Heavyweights Live? Well, you called. I had to show you where it came from.
WoodwardSports.com.
.com. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I mean, boy, Eazy, Gentleman Man, Spin Mo Rex, Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth and 1s and 2s. We had just now put the phone line in the chat. If you guys want to talk about Brad Holmes, you guys want to talk about James Houston, Aiden Hutchinson, Jaron Goff. You feel free to call in, guys. Jamal Williams. Oh my, hold on. Sorry, DeAndre Swift yesterday.
Yes. Whew. The man's back.
It was putting on a highlight reel.
Yeah,
it wasn't just like good runs. In the middle of like the between tackles,
Nasty
hit a spin move. Yes,
Nasty spin
My
move.
Lord.
On a 3rd and 18 draw play.
What the F?
Yeah, it was impressive. It was good to see DeAndre Swift looking healthy. DeAndre Swift looking like he did at the beginning of the year, because you need that explosion out of the backfield. You need that kind of change of pace out of the backfield. So I was very happy to see DeAndre Swift kind of go up there and make a bunch of plays. And it looked like he did, like I said, at the beginning of the year when he was busting off big plays for the Lions. It's good. You need that back. You need that kind of change of pace in the backfield when you got Jamal Williams, who's kind of the thumper, the goal line, the big back. And then you have a guy like DeAndre Swift who could take the top off the defense.
It did. It was amazing. And, like, I'm still 100%, 112% that, Jared Goff underthrew J-Mo back in New York. But I will agree, there's and I've said this already too, they need to get on a bit of a chemistry. Goff needs to learn how fast this kid can truly come off his breaks because he had J-Mo open yesterday too and was like well behind him. We had someone on the line, Jacob. Oh, I hope this is the Jacob I think it is because we saw Jacob at the pregame show yesterday. In his first words to me were obviously some trash talk about Jared Goff. This was before the game, and we were doing our interviews. I was like, Jacob, you're the first one to step outside. Educate that man on the 12% rule. But this is that Jacob. What up, though, Jacob?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What up, man? Is this the same Jacob from yesterday?
Oh, you know it.
What's going on, brother?
Not much. Just want to let you know that he's top 5 right now. Top 5 in the league.
Top 5 at what?
Everything. Stats-wise, he's top 5 quarterback in the league right now out of all the quarterbacks.
I don't think he's top 5 in the stats category, but he's performing top 10.
He's top 5 in touchdowns, but not in passing yards, completion percentage.
I think that I wouldn't want anybody else besides him right now. I know you guys want someone else in there, but like I told Eazy yesterday, I think he can bring us a playoff win next year, and then I think he could lead us to the Super Bowl year after.
You said you wouldn't want anybody else besides Jared Goff?
I don't want anybody else besides Jared Goff right now. No.
That's a little far.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't take Patrick Mahomes over Jared Goff?
Well, I mean, realistically, we're not going to get Mahomes or anything like that. But you know what I'm saying. I think he could lead us to that Super Bowl in 2 years.
Well, look, you're absolutely wrong on that. I do appreciate calling it, Jacob, but he can win you a playoff game, and we've always been on that side of the argument. You can win. You can go to playoffs with Jared Goff. You can win a playoff game with Jared Goff. What we don't think you could do on this deal, particularly, is make it to that Super Bowl and or win the Super Bowl. Now, I do have a bit of an out for that. If anyone did want to argue with me, and I would have to tell you I'd agree with this because I made this point even back in Studio B, is that with the extra draft capital that Brad Holmes has, maybe that makes up for the lack of salary cap to build a team. But then at that point, you're kind of like hoping that those rookies come in ready to go.
Yeah.
Get guns a-blazing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which you can't always expect for rookies, especially with a team made up of majority young players. Like, you can't expect them to always play those kinds of roles. But
yeah. JB, we got another caller on the line.
Thank you for calling, Jacob.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? It's Flocka.
Flocka! What up, man?
Flocka. Not much. I just have a question. Do you think it's safe to say that Brad Holmes got the last 2 steals of the draft in the last couple of years? I mean, along with St. Brown and James Houston?
Yes.
Yeah, and you look at Malcolm Rodriguez, too. He's also a 6th-round pick.
Yeah.
Finds diamonds in the rough.
I'd probably say of the first draft is Micah. Micah probably steal from that one.
I don't know. He's still,
Because Micah was taken, 13th, 14th?
Yeah, Amon-Ra was taken in the 4th round.
But Micah is he'd be the number 1 if you redraft. I don't know.
Micah was the steal of the first round for sure.
Yeah. But you're right, though. Amon-Ra is number 2 on that list, 110%. I mean,
he'd be a first-round draft pick if they redid the draft for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
So that's 3 rounds of difference.
A lot of people are picky on the measurements and stuff like that, which I don't think Amon-Ra is hitting that for you. That's part of the reason probably he fell. But no, I mean, if you knew what he can produce, he would definitely be a first rounder, 100% Flocka. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, Flocka.
We got somebody else, you said, Jeremy? Let's do it. What up, though?
What up, though? How y'all doing?
Good.
What's going on, man?
Hey, so, okay. This is going to be fun. Easy. Explain to me.
Real quick, who's calling so we can know your name?
This is Bloody Mary.
Oh, what up, man?
What up, man? So, I want you to do me a favor. Please
sir.
go ahead and explain to me the 12% salary cap rule. I'd love to hear it again.
12% rule. So
Yeah.
Dating back to the beginning of the salary cap introduction.
The beginning of
1984.
mankind.
The beginning of mankind. There hasn't been a quarterback with a salary cap over, I believe it's 12.2%, and that was Tom Brady was the only one outside of that in 2018 when he won the Super Bowl against Jared Goff, actually, to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, so I'm about to dismantle this. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
So, let's go down this hypothetical, okay? You want to draft your quarterback next year,
You're dismantling
right?
it with a
And
hypothetical?
Say what?
You're dismantling facts with a hypothetical?
No. I'm saying let's go through this path right now. Okay? You're saying like next year we draft a quarterback. All right, cool. We cut Jared Goff, whatever. All right. So he is Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow and Josh Allen all combined, right? He is
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, next thing says sliced bread, right? And we got him on a rookie deal for 5 years, right? So does that mean that when his time's coming up, because we're not going to pay him over 12% of the salary cap,
if he's that, I'd definitely resign that guy.
But wait a minute. You just said that since the beginning of the salary cap, that people over the 12% can't do it. So you're meaning to tell me now you're wanted.
Correct. You're 100%. You're 100% correct. Yes. There's two people, and I've obviously had this thought. Probably Patrick Mahomes, like the one guy I could see doing it.
Yeah.
Obviously Brady did it. I mean, it's as simple as acknowledging the fact. You tell me this, Bloody Mary. Who has the most Super Bowl rings?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
What's Tom Brady notoriously known for? Hold on, Bloody Mary. What's Tom Brady notoriously known for?
Tom Brady is notorious known for because he was banging a hot wife that made more money than him, so he didn't need to bring the money.
So, but you're acknowledging the fact that Tom Brady. Hold on, Bloody. This is the heavyweights. This isn't Bloody Mary show. But you concede the fact that Tom Brady always took less money to benefit the team, right?
Your argument, though, is based on an anomaly from Tom Brady.
An anomaly. Bloody Mary. It's out of the last 27 years, dude. There's one guy to do it. An anomaly? 27 years.
Because there's only one person to do it. There's a reason why he's the only one person to do it. Okay? So the point
Does he play Jared Goff and Jared Goff choked in that game? 57% rating and
You mean Brandon Cooks when he dropped 2 passes in the end zone?
You mean Jared Goff had a 57% rating in that game and an interception?
You mean when Sean McVay came out and said that he
run?
wasn't prepared? You mean when Sean McVay came out and said that he wasn't prepared for that game too? Like, we can go back and forth and say all this stuff.
Can't go back and forth for 27 years straight of guys winning Super Bowls under 12%.
Okay, so then here comes my other point. So you're meaning to tell me right here, right now, that Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, right now are not going to win another Super Bowl because they make over that? You're here to say that right now?
Yeah, history would tell you that's odds are in the favor of them not winning the Super Bowl.
No, not odds, because you are so adamant on the 12%. Okay, you want to stick to that 12%. So you're going to tell me Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen.
Correct. I just said
Tom
yes.
Brady,
I'd say no, they aren't going to win the Super Bowl. I literally just said yes. The Patrick, 27 years. 27.
Okay.
It's only happened once.
One time. The guy with the most rings in the game takes less money. Football is a team game, guys.
Yes,
it's a team
football
game.
is a team game. And if you also look at the past 22 years, there's only been 4 people to win it twice. And if you actually look back on it,
because you want to know why, Bloody Mary? What did Joe Flacco do the year? Joe Flacco, who won the Super Bowl on his rookie deal. Buddy, if you keep talking over me, I'm going to have to cut you, bud. I'm going to have to cut you. Keep talking over me. Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl on it. All right, go ahead, cut him. I'll finish my sentence. You can comment in the Woodward Sports chat. I appreciate you calling in. Joe Flacco did it on his rookie year, correct?
Yes.
Got re-up on the deal that put him over that 12%. Didn't do it again. That's what happens to Patrick Mahomes. It might be the same scenario go down here. Went on his rookie deal, got re-up, might not see him do it again. This is like guys. This is beyond me, right? You could type in Google. Google's your friend, bro. In the words of like Jay-Z. These are facts. It may upset you. It may drive you crazy, and you may not understand it. It is a awing stat. It truly is, especially when it comes to guys as talented that we've seen in this league. Yeah. Peyton Manning being one of them. Tom Brady, again, the guy with the most rings,
that was kind of proving your fact when he was like only 4 people have done it twice. Is because once you do it, then you normally get a bag.
Yes.
And you don't go back, unfortunately. But like you said, I could see Patrick Mahomes doing it this year.
100%. Aaron S., I would love for you to call in and tell me how I got owned because the stat still remains 27 years.
Yeah.
I don't understand how guys.
I think he was saying that Jared Goff is Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Justin Herbert all in one.
Yeah.
I think that was
Chris, I know you keep it G real with me. Did I get owned? I don't understand how I got owned in that one.
No, because the point he was making was an anomaly, and he was trying to refute you with something that is so. As he said, he literally started it with hypothetically.
Yeah.
I'm going to dismantle this. Hypothetically,
you draft the greatest quarterback of all time.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, and if you draft him, he's going to be on a rookie deal.
You win that thing probably 3 things in a row there.
Yeah. But, if you need someone to talk to that will actually listen to what you're saying, we got the place for you, and that is SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Downtown Detroit's all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, and an indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com.
So MMS1346 says
call in MMS.
Eazy basically shut down Bloody Mary because he was losing the argument. Sadly, not surprising.
I don't understand how. Yeah. I don't understand. I asked him, hey, we can't be talking over each other.
Contract, yeah.
I said we can't be talking over each other.
Yeah.
Let me talk. And I asked him a question. He tried to return with a question. Answer the question. It's not. We can't talk over each other.
I don't see how you were losing the argument, though.
I wasn't. MMS 16. If you want to call in and finish the argument for him.
Hypothetically, if they draft the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah, and to be honest with you guys, I've said this during the Lamar Jackson thing too. If you guys watch the show, you would know this. I know. I do not want to sign Lamar Jackson to a $50 million deal. You want to know why? Because in the last 27 years, since the invention of the salary cap, only one guy's done it, and his name was Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like
Russell Wilson's
not
big
going to
contract,
change.
not working out too well for the Broncos. Deshaun Watson's big contract, not working out too well for the Browns so far.
It's just, guys, it's 27, and guess what? And I'll admit to this too. Like Patrick Mahomes, the best skilled quarterback I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah, by far.
So that is the one guy I could see doing it.
I said that too. I was like, I'm not in the business of paying anybody $50 million a year unless you're Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. But and guess what? If Patrick Mahomes does it, Smitty, that is 2 out of 28 times that it has happened. I mean, it's not. I don't know. We got somebody else? Bring them on. Bring on the heavy hitters. Pistons fan, yes, I have conceded the argument. Chris, actually, I conceded to Chris. CJ McCollum is now number 2 on a championship team. What up, though, man? Who's calling in?
Yeah, this is STW Megatron, man.
What up, though, man?
What's good, man? So
appreciate you calling in.
Hey, man. No problem, man. So I just got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
I love our backfield. I love Swift, man. You know, he's the Lightning, and I love the Thunder we got with Jamal Williams. But if we have the opportunity to sign Josh Jacobs from the Las Vegas Raiders, do you think it's something we should do, or should we just continue with Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift?
I think they can address a full-time running back in the draft, to be honest with you. Josh Jacobs is a very good running back, and there isn't like a 12% rule with running backs as it pertains like winning Super Bowls like there is for the quarterbacks. But I'm not a fan of paying like any one guy a lot of money. And Josh Jacobs, coming off the type of year that he's having, he's going to get a bag. And if you look at the years previously too, he's missed a couple games. This best year also being like his contract year, which is like, you know, did you step it up for the bag, or like, you know, can you play consistently? But Detroit Lions have 2 second-round picks, man. And if you look at the history of running backs, I mean, there's some dogs that come out of that second round. You're talking Derrick Henry, Le'Veon Bell, Kenneth Walker now. You know what I'm saying? K9. Who's the guy? Breece Hall. Was Etienne? I think he was first round.
Etienne, I don't believe.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, second round running back, I would be cool with taking it.
Yeah, Etienne was first round, but we have the draft capital for sure. But when you take a look at it from this standpoint, we want as many draft picks to go towards defense as humanly possible. So if we can pick up just one running back, and let's say we could get Josh Jacobs for, let's say hypothetically, $12 million a year. You know, I'm not saying get him for that, but you know, he's gonna look at this offensive line, amazing. He's gonna run. He's gonna look at the guards. He's gonna attack and run. You know, tackles. I can run outside. You know, I can get busy in there, and then we'll still have DeAndre Swift.
Can I ask you this real quick?
Yeah.
How'd that defense look yesterday?
The defense looked, you know, and this is the crazy part. We understand that Chicago had a weak offensive line. They lost 2 offensive linemen in that game. So the pressure is going to come, especially from a weaker offensive line. But the real question becomes, how are we going to take care of Green Bay? If we come against Green Bay and we look nothing like that same defensive line that went into the Chicago game, then I'm all for drafting a D tackle, defensive end, a couple of linebackers, corners, because Jesus knows we need them.
100%.
You know,
yeah, I'd like us to, obviously I've talked about multiple times, I want to get a corner and I want to get a defensive tackle in the draft for the Lions. It's definitely what they need to address, but like Eazy said, there's a lot of flexibility with the amount of draft picks they have, and with free agent classes, you could sign, if you're not going after a free agent running back like Montgomery or Jacobs or whoever's going to be out there, you could sign a defensive tackle like Darren Payne is going to be out there. You could pay some money to him. You could bring in a guy like that. So there's definitely multiple ways to approach this, but I do see them getting a running back in the draft at some point. I'm not sure exactly when, but I could definitely see it. Appreciate you for calling in, though, man.
No problem. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
you're the man.
Anytime, man. You're the man.
This is dope, people calling.
Yeah.
Even if they think they've won arguments with hypotheticals. That was...
You're so petty.
I mean, just... Am I lying?
Yeah,
100%.
All right, it's like me, like, hypothetically, let's just say I was better than Jared Goff. Your Lions can win the Super Bowl, right?
Would you pay me?
Yeah. Who else we got, JB? And guys, too, please feel free to bring the smoke. I have no problem with it. I'll concede. But yeah, come on with it.
Yeah.
What up, though? Who we have in line? Would you like to play a game? I heard him breathing there for a minute.
Hey, yo.
Yo.
But, I mean, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty anyways. So, we'll ask you this last question, and then we'll sign off easy. Who deserves more credit for the Lions' turnaround, Goff or the defense?
Oh, God. I don't want to do this.
Double down.
Hurting their feelings.
Double down.
I'm going to make them mad. Aaron, that's about to make you mad, as you say. Look at the Detroit Lions win on this win streak.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell me what's more common, turnovers or Jared Goff touchdown?
Forcing turnovers?
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah. Takeaways then for us.
Turnovers.
You tell me.
I think the defense obviously stepped up from being historically bad at the beginning of the year to now. You saw at the beginning of the year the offense was doing this. They were performing. They were, putting up numbers, but the defense wasn't holding. And now the defense is holding. They're starting to win games. So defense is definitely the reason the Lions have been winning lately, and it's impressive. It's impressive. But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all for tapping in on the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I am Spencer Raxter.
Watch that DLF reaction video coming tonight.
He is Speak Easy. We got Chris Platty in the TD booth and JB Smooth on the ones and twos. That'll do it for us today. Again, we appreciate you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.